Hey guys, welcome back to the UNCOMMODiFiED podcast. It's Tim Windsor, and for those of you watching the YouTube channel, this will be a little bit different. I am taking a test drive of doing a recording remotely in my RV for the first time. So we're out camping for 4 days at a great provincial park in Ontario, Canada, where I live, called Windsor. We're on the water. Beautiful campsite, having a great time relaxing. But I wanted to do a test to see if I can do some remote recording because we're going to be traveling more this year and I want to be able to do this. So we'll see what this looks like. So what I want to do today is a mini nitty-gritty, one of those real short episodes on this simple idea. I was thinking about this recently. Think about the Earth and its axis or its tilt. And the Earth's axis tilts about 23.5 degrees. And this is really important, and most of you probably already know this, but it's really important because the Earth's tilt allows for some things to happen that would not happen if the Earth didn't tilt. And one of those is the seasons. We wouldn't have the seasonal representation we do on the Earth if we didn't have that tilt. And the other thing they say is that we'd have less oxygen actually on the planet, and because less photosynthesis would take place. So I was thinking about this the other day in relationship to myself and to you. And here's what I want to say to you. Your tilt matters. What you lean into matters. What you lean into in life, what you lean into in business matters, because that's where we find some great things that grow great fruit. Without the seasons, growth would be very different on the planet. And without photosynthesis and more oxygen, that would be a problem for growth. And so what you lean into or tip into really matters for growth in your personal life. If you're looking to grow right now your business, you're going to need to figure out what you need to lean into or tilt into. If you're looking to grow in your personal life, you're going to need to ask yourself, what do you need to lean into or tilt into so that you can photosynthesize some really great things or new ideas. But also on a macro level, I want you to ask yourself personally this question. What do you lean into or tilt into in your life? Do you lean into good things? Do you lean into positive things? Do you lead into positive thinking? Do you lead into positive behavior? Or do you tend to lean in too much or at times into things that are really not healthy for you, not helpful for you and others? For instance, macro themes in my life, tipping into and leaning into generosity, tipping and leading into being gracious and merciful with others is really important, because the reality is I need a lot of grace and mercy and generosity in my own life. And what I believe is that as I lean and tilt into that and push into it and lean hard into it, that becomes a powerful expression of who I am, and it has benefit for others. In fact, it doesn't only create photosynthesis for me and more oxygen, it creates more photosynthesis, or taking the sun's rays and creating growth with them. And what it also does is it creates more oxygen, more life can come from it. So again, just a quick challenge. What do you need to lean into in this season that you need to lean into harder? Maybe it's leaning into harder into work. Maybe it's leaning harder into rest. Maybe it's leaning harder into a new strategy and into a new idea. Maybe it's leaning harder on a personal level into a new activity. Or on a macro level, what does your life lean into? And is it tipping into the right things? And is it creating growth for you and others? This is my challenge to you to think about. When you're done this podcast, just ask yourself, what's my tilt? What am I leaning into? And is it bringing life for me and others? And if it isn't, ask yourself, what do I need to tilt into or lean into in the next season for the benefit of everyone around me? Have an excellent day, and thanks for listening.